Hi guys, Victoria back. Today you get to see Helen's core therapy treatment, the Kinesiology. This is muscle testing. You'll have seen it on my channel before. And muscle testing is a fantastic technique to tell us therapists exactly where the source of any issues are. Let's spread a little healing. Thanks for watching and enjoy the video. So yeah, let's see what presents today and then I'll know what to give you as a treatment.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Victoria.
First of all, I'm just going to do some tests with you. So if you could raise your arm for me, take your other hand off you. Yeah. I'm going to push at the wrist and hold. Lovely. Let's do the other one and hold. That's nice. Can you raise a leg? I'm going to push here and hold. Okay. Can we raise the other leg and hold? That's good. Okay, can we raise arm and leg? Perfect. I'm going to push with both and hold. Okay, same with your left side and hold. That's great. Okay, so slightly more weakness. Just relax, yeah. Slightly more weakness on this side. Just going to have a little feel. Right side, down by the SIS.
Yeah, I do get soreness there.
Yeah. Let's raise this side again, arm and leg, and hold. So much stronger. Can you see the difference? So the good thing is you're not dehydrated. You've obviously had a good amount of water just before you came in, because that would have shown up by now. So yeah, just a right side SIS. So I'm going to be having a look at the pelvis, as we call it, the ASIS, and see if it's imbalanced in some way. I think you haven't been for about 3 weeks, and maybe, because what can happen with core is the core repatterning holds you for a good week, and then once you've had 2 or 3, it'll hold you for longer, but maybe not as much as 3 weeks at first because of only having 2 so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we go across the body and hold? Fantastic. And this side and hold. Okay, just noticed a little bit of shake in the leg there, so I'm just going to have a look what that might be caused by. Raise this arm for me and hold. Okay, just having a feel of that elbow. It's all right. And raise this arm again and hold. Okay. Wrist and raise again and hold. Okay, just going to have a feel into that right hip and raise the arm and hold. Oh, that's strong, that's good. Right knee and hold, and right ankle. Raise the arm and hold. Oh, that's good. Okay, so there's a couple of things I want to have a look at. You can put your arm back down. Let's put this arm here for now, and I'm going to use a different leg. Can you raise this leg for me? I'm going to push here and hold. Good, that's strong. Can you bring the arm to 90 degrees? Let's raise this leg again and hold. Good. Can you bring the arm up to 180? Let's raise the leg and hold. Good. And up in front of you with, that's it, thumb up, lovely. Raise this leg and hold. Good. Turn your hand around. Yeah, just a bit more. Yeah. And hold. Okay. It's coming up strong, so there's something else I need to be looking at. It will come up. Let's have a look at this elbow. Just giving it a nice twist. Raise this leg again for me and hold. Good. Twisting the other way and hold. Good. So I'm just going to have a feel into the lymph node. And raise the leg and hold. Good. Okay, I'm going to have a feel back of the elbow. Just relax your arm. And raise the leg and hold. Okay. And again, and hold. Okay, just a tiny bit. I'm being picky, but just a tiny bit on the front of the outside of that elbow. Right, let's have a look at this wrist. I'm just going to turn it one way and raise the leg and hold. Good. And this way. And hold. Good. And come up and hold. Okay. And come down, stretching it downwards. Raise the leg and hold. Good. Okay, so it's just a little bit of that. I'll have a look at the wrist. The hip was good. Just want to have a look at the knee now. And raise this leg again and hold. Yeah. Twisting it the other way and hold. Good. So I'm going to look at this patella on the inside and hold. Oh, okay, there it is.
That's where the gunshot went through.
Ah.
On the inside. So
On the inside of your...
round the side and out the back.
Right. Well, out the back as in here?
Just a bit more round to the left.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, and do you still have any problems there or not?
Just niggly. Yeah.
Okay.
Not majorly.
Okay, yeah. And you do a lot of fitness and sport, don't you? So you do test it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's obviously something there that is calling out, so I'll definitely be looking at the knee. Just to give you a bit of background, Helen used to be in the police, hence gunshot, and me not looking shocked at that. Oh, just a gunshot, you know. So yeah, I'll have a look at that. I might do some qigong there for you. So I'm just going to test. Ooh, was that all right?
Oh, yeah, that's funny, wasn't it?
Is that all right? Yeah. So raise this knee again and hold. No, it's fine. It's just a little tweak.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have a feel around the back. Was it about there that it came out?
Just slightly more to the left, yeah. Sort of, yeah.
Oh, it's
there.
right on the outside then,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Okay. And raise this leg again and hold. Yeah, okay. Can you feel that weakness there? Yeah, so you're starting to see what's strong and weak. So just a little bit down this side. I won't work on it right now. We'll come back to it. Okay, I think everything else was all right. How's tummy been? How's digestion and...
Fine, because you picked up on my warm liver, didn't you?
Yeah.
The last time.
Mm.
As far as I'm aware, it's been okay.
Okay, can I have a little feel?
Yes, yes, sure.
Can I have a look?
Yes,
Yeah? Okay. So I'm just feeling into the ICV, the iliosacral valve. How's that feel there?
Okay, yeah.
Obviously I'm poking around a bit so you can feel the pressure there, but it doesn't feel sore?
No,
No.
not sore like you did the first time you did it.
Okay, so can you bring two fingers over to where my finger... Oh, you've got chilly hands.
Yeah.
Is that all right? Yeah. Into where my fingers are and sort of poke down a bit. Yeah, perfect. And then raise this leg again and hold. Okay, it's just slightly.
Yeah.
I will just open that for you. In fact, while I'm here, because liver's come up before, let's just check another couple of organs. So can you put a nice flat hand on your liver here? Yeah, nice flat hand. And raise this leg again and hold. Okay, just slightly. If you could bring the fingers, that's it, just to that place there, the gallbladder. I'm going to push and hold. Okay, let's just do a little bit here. So this is the AP, and raise and hold. Yeah, they're all a little bit.
Probably, aren't they?
Yeah, okay, so let's push those fingers again. Not deep, just like flat end fingers. Yeah, perfect. And hold. Okay. I'm not sure if they were quite the right place. Let's try that again. And hold. No, that's all right. So that's stomach. And then into the side here. And hold. No, that's good. That's spleen. So I'm just looking for the other valve now. How's this one feeling?
Yeah.
Houston valve. So bring 2 fingers over. Perfect. Just where mine are. And poke in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raise the leg and hold. That feels good. Okay. So another 2 fingers over here. This is Chinese meridian point called Ren. And hold. That's nice and strong. That's lovely. So you can release now. I'm just going to check another couple myself. And raise the leg and hold. Hey, kidneys. And hold. Right, okay. So I've got a good idea now. So there was only a couple of places that need a little bit of support, a little TLC. So one is your ICV. One, if I'm being picky, the liver and gallbladder, maybe the AP as well. But as soon as we started coming round, it was good. So you can treat these things with core therapy in lots of different ways. There isn't like a standard, right, if this happens, then this is what you do. There's lots of options. What I'm going to do today, and I know I've done an amno foo on you before, haven't I, which is the deep abdominal massage, is I'm going to open the ICV for you now, and then we're going to carry on with tests. I'll turn you over, a couple more tests, and then I'll treat you. But cupping, that I'm thinking of anyway, would treat from the back because it helps the abdominals from this area. So I won't just concentrate on shoulders. I will be looking at the abdominal area from the back with cups. Yeah. Okay, so if you can give me 3 nice long breaths. Okay, right, I want to test it again. So if you could get those 2 fingers back again into about here. Yeah, so more pokey fingers. Yeah. And raise this right leg and hold. Oh, fantastic. And I'm really pushing as well. So that really, I was putting much more pressure on just to sort of prove the point. Yeah. Fantastic. So I have shown you how to massage your ICV. Have you been doing that?
No, I forgot.
Yeah, it's all right. We all forget. So think about when you're brushing your teeth with one hand, presume you don't use 2 hands on your toothbrush. Think about the other hand going to that place. So it's halfway between your belly button and your hip point on your right hand side. Always think of it as it's near the appendix, and then you'll know it's the right hand side. And halfway, bring both hands in, like diving into a swimming pool, and have a feel. So get to know your ICV, get to know how Helen's ICV feels from one day to the next, even from 1 hour to the next. And even, you know, when you're relaxing or watching telly, maybe not when you're eating so much. But get to know whether it's having an off day, whether it feels cool and calm and smooth, or whether it's sort of fighting back a bit. Sometimes I know the feeling where maybe you've eaten something that your body isn't happy with, or you've missed a meal, or it's feeling a little bit strained in some way. Then that ICV will need a little bit of attention, and not only diving in, getting your fingers in there, and if that's too much, then just give it a bit of love, a bit of TLC, one hand over the other, or even one hand if you're busy brushing your teeth with the other hand, and then just bring that heat and that energy and just think about that ICV almost as if you're picturing it and you're imagining it untwisting, releasing any anger, releasing any constriction and tension, and just letting go. Almost visualize what's happening inside while you've got your hand over there. Yeah, I mean, we can do it up to, or as many times as you like, but maybe 5 times a day, like every other hour, think about coming back to it. And then once you've done it for 21 days, it becomes a habit.
Yes, yeah.
So you can do it for life, and make it your friend.
Thank you.
Okay, so a couple more tests. I'm just thinking what else I need to look at. Your hips. Okay, so they look a bit twisted to me. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like the left hip is coming up slightly like this.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have a test to see what's happening with it. If you could raise this leg for me, I'm going to push here and hold. Yeah, can you feel?
My left hamstring and into my glutes been niggling a bit.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to come the other way. Raise this leg again and hold. You see, it's strong that way. So when I said I thought it was raised like this, I tested that and it proved correct because it was a weak test. Tested it the other way. No, that was strong. Yeah. So I'm just going to look more into the left side. Raise this leg and hold. Okay, it's all right. Into the right side and hold. Yeah. Oh, tummy talking to me. And bringing them together, raise the leg and hold. See, that's all right. That's good. So the pelvic girdle, made up of these 3 bones, basically, is nice and intact. It's not coming adrift in any one of those 3 joints, which is good. So the one I need to be looking at is definitely the left hand side and the fact it's rotated. But some of the moves I'll be doing will correct that once you turn over. I just want to have a look whether your hip is happy opening. So can you bring your sole to this ankle? Yeah, like a ballet move. Perfect. And I know it feels odd here, but can you make it slightly lower? Yeah, like that. Yeah. And then try and relax that knee as much as you can. Yeah. And then raise this leg for me. Yeah. I'm going to push here and hold. Okay. Finding it difficult. So bring the sole more towards your knee, about here. Perfect. Raise this leg again and hold. That's strong. Raise it as much as you're able to, that's comfortable. Sorry, I mean the sole up your leg. Yeah, a nice, you're going to be doing a nice pirouette for me. And hold. Okay, a little bit shaky. So let's do the other way around. So you can bring that leg all the way down. This one, the sole to the lower ankle, yeah. And then raising this leg for me and hold. See, that's nice and strong. Towards the knee, that's perfect. Raising this leg and hold. That's good. Raising as high as you can and hold. Okay, and I'm putting quite a lot of pressure on there so you can relax. So it was just when your left leg, or rather the hip, is opening, and it was particularly at the lower and maximum range rather than the medium range that it wasn't happy. So we'll definitely test those again at the end. Yeah. So now I'm going to do the psoas test, just supporting your hip here. Bring it out to 45, up to 45 degrees. Yeah, I'm going to be pushing downwards and you're going to support it up.
Yep.
Hold against me and hold. Hey Helen, that's brilliant. That's really good. Really good. Okay, supporting again, same on this side and hold. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Just relax your back. So I'm just coming in at about T11, T12 on your left-hand side. How's that feel? Bit sore. Yeah. Just going to feel your neck midway. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So these two are, if you like, married. So they need each other to...
They feel the sore as each other.
Right, okay. Let's just test this one again. So let me come out first and up. I'm going to push down, you're going to hold up, and so just a bit lower than that, that's it. And hold. Much better. Okay. So by me therapy localizing that spot, it has helped it, which is good. So I know now, because I'm talking to your body, basically your subconscious, and it's saying, yep, you've got the right place. T12 on your left. Okay, so you can turn over now. Okay, so if you could bend this knee for me and raise the knee off the couch, yeah. I'm going to push here, you're going to hold the leg up and hold. Oh, that's tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try the other one. And hold. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not actually pushing that hard either. Yeah.
Find it hard.
Yeah, so I'm just having a feel of the upper neck, the vertebra near the top, and I'm guessing that's feeling a little bit sore.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing that hard, but I just want your body to know that I'm onto it.
Yeah.
So that double glute max test tells me whether your C2 is happy or not, and by me just touching the place that that muscle test refers to should now make them a little bit easier to do. So let's test this by raising the leg and hold. Yeah, okay, that's better. I still want you to do that really strongly one day.
Yeah.
And hold. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I could even lift it up off the bed.
You're much higher. Yeah, you're much higher. So that's a really good sign. And yet, as we know, you're into your fitness, you're very sporty, your glute should be one of the strongest muscles of the body, and yet that was really hard to do.
Yeah.
And it's all to do with the neck. So if the neck won't let you fire your glutes, then you won't be able to pass that test. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so one more test, then I can get on and treat you. So if you can put your little finger to your thumb, that's it. I'm going to try and pull them apart and hold. Then I'm just going to keep coming back to that hold, and again, and hold. Good. And hold. And hold. And hold. Okay, that's all right, that's good. Because your pelvis came up earlier, I wanted to make sure that the back of the pelvis was intact and supporting you as well. So I'm just having a little feel of the back now.
You may have spotted that Helen had worked in the police before, and so she had a couple of knife wounds and a bullet to one of her knees that had obviously calcified and created quite a lot of solidity in that right knee. But we managed to sort that out in this treatment. Today is the cupping. So cupping is absolutely fantastic Chinese traditional therapy, which is fantastic for bringing circulation to the area. You know, the Chinese talk about What we don't want in our bodies, in our lives, is stagnation. And this is the opposite. This allows flow and movement, allows free movement of blood and circulation, of chi, and therefore of life. Wonderful therapy. Helen really likes it. And watch to the end, because some of these cups create some nice warming circles on her, which she doesn't mind at all. They don't hurt, it's just a really nice deep massage. So thanks for watching. Let's spread a little healing.
So I'm just having a little feel of the back now to see initially what presents. So what can present right now is any particular areas of tension, not just with the vertebra and the spine, the pelvis, the neck, but also with the muscles surrounding it.
Yeah.
This muscle here is called the erector spinae. And then we've got the latissimus dorsi, we've got the beautiful trapezius at the top, and lots more smaller muscles like the obliques. But yeah, here we go. We're just having a little feel to see whether it's rocking and moving. Should give me a nice, smooth, rocking mechanism as I'm gently pushing into the side of the spine. And I immediately feel that this area is really tense and tight here. I think those cups are going to have a nice time up here. Whereas this area, it's not the spine that's tight, it's the erector spinae either side. Can you feel that? It's feeling a little bit in spasm. I mean, it's nice and toned and firm, which is excellent, but I also need those toned muscles to be able to relax occasionally as well and not be working all the time. They need to sort of turn off sometimes.
Yeah.
How's it feeling there?
So,
Yeah, okay. But it's not like I'm pushing too hard, is it all right?
No,
my pressure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So when I'm rocking your spine like this, I'm looking down the rest of the body as well and making sure that you're hopefully moving in like a snake wave-like motion. I want your pelvis to be rocking, moving all the way down to your toes. There is some movement, but I would like a bit more than this really. It's especially here. So how it feels for me is this area of lower thoracics feels a little bit flat. So our spines shouldn't be absolutely dead straight. There should be a little bit of a wave, like a curve to it. And in this section, the curve has recessed, it's come back into you, and I need it to sort of shape up a bit. By warming and connecting with each vertebra separately, I'm hoping that it will encourage a little bit of separate moving so that each vertebra isn't what we call fixated, which means it's stuck to the vertebra next to it, and isn't subluxated, which means it's too far left or right of its normal place within the back. So that's starting to feel better, but I know what's going to make it feel a lot better. You see, this area is feeling great. There's a lot of movement there, it's bouncing, I do like a good bounce. It's flexing, mobile. It doesn't feel sore to me. I've got my thumbs quite deeply in the sides of the sacrum, which is the sacroiliac separation that I found earlier on your right hand side. But that, how's that feel there? Is it sore? It is. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that the movement is really good, so that's quite encouraging. Yeah. And I like a little bit of movement on the sacrum as well. Make sure that it's not completely stuck. Okay, so what I'd like to do, if it's all right with you, Helen, is I'm going to introduce some cups to your back. So if we could stop the camera now and we'll clear. Just going to tie your hair up a little so it's out of the way. Yeah, that's all right. I'm going to put a towel over the top of you just to protect your hair. I'm going to bring this waistband, just do your zip up, just going to bring your waistband down slightly. Are you happy for me to do that?
Yeah.
Just so I've got access to the whole spine. Lovely. I might just tuck some tissue around that so I don't get your trousers oily.
Thank you.
It's all right. All right there.
That's lovely, thank you.
You've got some nice tan lines.
It's the same type of vest top I wear all the time.
I could see that. This is your sports top, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to wash my hands before I apply some nice organic sunflower oil to you.
I was thinking actually, I was carrying Harry, my grandson, on my shoulders yesterday.
Ah, how
I
old?
could actually feel my spine being compressed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. How old's he?
He's 8, coming on 9.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, he's awake.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was a baby.
No.
8 or 9?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So your shoulders will certainly know about that. Probably your hips as well, actually.
Yeah. And I've been going up the hill with my weighted vest on as well.
Oh,
10 kilos, so
really? 10 kilos?
that doesn't help, I guess. Is it?
Wow.
Probably not good for my joints.
Amazing. Well, definitely good for your fitness, I should think.
Yeah. I must admit, carrying Harry yesterday, that was a challenge.
Yeah, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
He probably weighs similar to your weighted vest, doesn't he?
Oh, easy, doesn't he? It's funny, he said to me, "No, why are you puffing?" I said, "Because you're heavy, Harry." He said, "Well, Jack, who's my youngest son, he said, Jack doesn't puff when he's carrying."
Oh, really?
He's over 30 years younger than me.
Yes, yes. Oh. Jack doesn't puff. Yeah, yeah, gosh, blimey. Out of the mouth of babes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some nice organic sunflower oil on your back. Just having a look at the contours of your back and where I want to be working. I've got a nice big cup here. So, Helen, a lot of the time I'm talking now, some of it's for the camera, so you don't have to be in conversation with me, and you can just relax now if you want to. Yeah, it's all right. So I'm just warming up a cup, testing it on the old forearm. So the first one's going on. So I'm just going to be doing nice, gentle, what we call flash cupping at first. This is where very gently it's sucking up the muscle, the skin, the blood, the circulation, gently up into the base of the cup, calling for the blood to come to the area. So I've worked either side of the spine, down the erector spinae. Now I'm coming actually on the vertebrae themselves, if they'll let me, sometimes with nice strong backs, like Helen's. It will, like that, it will shift the cup over to one side or the other because of that strong erector spinae. Yeah, it's moving without me. Oh, and then on that lovely sacrum at the bottom, feels great down there. So what cupping is for is to call the blood to the area, and in Chinese therapy this is what they call movement of qi. So where there's blood, there's qi, there's life. And if there's any areas of the back, for instance, where there may be a paleness to the skin tone, and despite working on it with Tuina first, then that tells me that that area hasn't a good free-flowing qi or blood movement through that part of the body. And that, so cupping will aim to correct that. So what I'm doing now is moving cupping. I've done some gentle flash cupping, and now I'm just moving that lovely rosiness of the upper shoulders down to the mid back, about T12, where I noticed earlier on Helen's left hand side was subluxated. So I'm just doing a little movement there. You notice the flame is almost non-existent now, so I'm just going to extinguish this and get another cup while I leave this one here. Okay, so I'm going to bring another cup into play. It starts off quite cold, the cup, so I try and warm it up a bit so it's not a shock to the body. It's nice and warm. I always test it on the forearm. Got a nice big flame here. I keep it away from the body or from me and my hair. Nice and warm. I'm going to introduce another cup to the upper shoulder. So because it's a nice strong flame now, we're getting a little bit more strength in the cup, which is good. We started off with a more gentle flame, a more gentle flash cupping. We're now working down each side all the way to the sacrum. And it's producing lovely rosy tones as I'm cupping. That's a good sign. So I'm working around the scapula, the right scapula now, just to make sure that the tones are nice and rosy, not purple, certainly not black or dark, and also not too pale. So these ash marks coming up will happen once you've got larger cotton wool buds because of touching the edge of the cup as as the cotton wool goes in and out. They come off easily. So this is the area earlier that was very tight. Just wiping off some of those. They'll probably happen again, but making them come off in that oil. They come off very easily. There we are. So the flame's descended a little bit now, still nice and warm, and warming each side and up that central part of the thoracics, which we're feeling a little bit recessed earlier. I want them to respond by changing their shapes slightly, that they'll, if you like, pop out a little bit. So I'm going to use the cup to massage at the same time. That feel all right, Helen?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Do say if there's anything that's too much or too tight.
No, it's great.
Yeah. Trying to get onto the spine as much as possible. It does help to massage with the cups, if you like, the muscles either side, because that in itself will help relieve the vertebra, the spine. Going for another cotton wool. So the other thing we like to do in cupping is bring the energy down to the kidneys. Kidneys are just above the waist level. They're equally both sides of the spine, about here. If anything, the right kidney is slightly lower than the left, about like that, because of the liver being in the way. So I'm going to introduce some smaller cups now, while leaving those on the kidneys. You'll see they're going nice and rosy. They're definitely doing their job there. I'm going to leave a chain of cups on those thoracics. That's great. They feel all right, Helen?
Thank you.
Yeah. And then I'm going to work on the muscles around those thoracics. Just to make sure that they're warm and loose, flexible, that they're not in spasm. Using a mixture of moving cupping and flash. That all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice and strong, isn't it? Yeah, you're doing really well. That's good. circular cupping. Okay, I'm going to leave that up there. It's a small flame now. We'll have to see if this one's going to work okay. It's nice and warm. Yeah, it's nice and strong still. That's good. Okay. So by coming around the underside of the scapula, it helps relieve any tension of muscle that's dragging the scapula and twisting it. We want to make sure that the scapular tension isn't pulling the spine one direction or another. It needs to be nice and loose. That's good. That's better. Yeah. Okay. And nice suction noises. Coming back to some bigger cups for the lower back. I want to have a look at that pelvis. Because of the tests that came up earlier showing that the left side wasn't happy to open. It wasn't happy at the lower or the greatest amount of opening. There we are. So I've got a chain of 3 across the sacrum. They will carry on doing their work there. I've got 2 on the kidneys. Just correcting them slightly, and then just a few on those thoracics that I felt were a little tight when I was feeling them, plus the left side came up earlier when I did the psoas test. They feel all right, Helen?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Good, looking good. You're going to be a pepperoni pizza later. Okay, would you like a blanket over you while I'm working on your legs and hips?
Oh, that'd be lovely. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Victoria here. Please subscribe. Welcome back. This is Helen's third part of her core therapy treatment. You've seen kinesiology in the first part, which is the muscle testing to find out exactly what I needed to treat. The second part, you saw the cupping therapy. And today you get to see some repatterning of legs, pelvis, spine. A sacral float, which is the most amazing Qigong therapy. Then I remove the cups before having a look at what the back is doing and massage the back a little more with the cups. Then she turns over and I give her a nice stretch, but one of my favourite parts is when I treat her right knee to some Qigong and some warming therapy. It includes a visualisation, and it's the most amazing thing to connect with your client in this way. You really feel centred and in the zone. I'm doing a meditation course at the moment, and there are various koshas to the body. Some of you may know this already. There's one called Vijnanamaya kosha, which is all about focus, concentration, and this is what Qigong helps with, because you're really concentrating on, in my case, on that knee at that one point. I'm totally focused on giving Helen care and love and healing for that knee, which really eases up, it really helps. So thanks very much for watching. Watch to the end because you get to see the cranial balancing and then the retests to see if she passes those tests that at the first treatment, at the first part, that she'd failed. And get to see her smile and wave at camera. So thanks very much. Let's spread a little healing.
So this is a case of trying to unlock the ball of the foot from the other upper part of the foot along here, so that we try and release those thoracics, because this is the reflex point, stopping them twisting the upper back, which will also unfortunately affect things like breath. It'll produce shallow breathing, lung capacity, and obviously Helen being a very fit lady, she needs her lung capacity, her breath work is really important for her. Some mobility to the foot. Working on acupressure points at the same time. That's it, lovely. Relaxing into the pelvis, using the leg as a lever on that pelvis. That's it, the other hip coming up nicely. Relax your legs as much as possible, just floppy doll, let them go. Beautiful. Oh, wonderful. That's so good. Fantastic. Just going to do a piriformis stretch, making the cups knock. That's it, lovely. This has a lovely effect on the hips and legs, this piriformis stretch, where not only does it help stretch them out and reposition the structure of the pelvis, but when I go to put the foot back down again, it comes back down in a completely different place, because that's where the hip is happy for the legs to extend to. Now just working with the sacrum. There's a cup on the sacrum as well, so I'm jostling for space with the sacrum here. Got one hand on the other, and at first I'm going to be nice and still, just feeling into the heat of the back, the heat of my hand, and very soon after this starts, I can feel a very gentle movement happening, and the movement is hopefully, and it is in this case, a very gentle clockwise circle. The energy is really kick-starting now. So Helen, this would be a really good time for us to do some energy work with your liver that I referred to earlier. So we did it a couple of treatments ago, and if you don't mind, I'd like you to bring your awareness to the area within your abdomen of your liver, and then think about the colour spring green. I think you mentioned last time that you went to an orchard from your childhood. So take yourself back to that green orchard, the sunlight coming through the leaves of all the fruit trees. To the colour of the grass below them, to raindrops, freshness, feel that it's really lush, beautiful meadow. And I can immediately feel your energy to your sacrum, that you are tuning into that area of your liver with that green, because your sacrum is completely relaxed. And then I'd like you, either in your head or out loud, completely up to you, to make a long out breath with the sound shh. And if you're happy to, you just do that 3 times. That's wonderful. And so now I'm feeling into the sacrum, and there's a beautiful clockwise movement. It feels really warm, loose. It feels like there's no tension at all. This will really help the orientation, the structure of the pelvis. It will also help the rest of the spine, coming up past those thoracics. It will also very much help the neck, because the neck and the sacrum need each other. They're the top and bottom of the spine, and they're the ones that support each other. So I will be looking at the neck in a moment, but I have a feeling it's going to feel much looser than it would have done. Just going to remove this towel. Ooh, we've got some lovely rosy cup marks here. I'm going to start removing the cups. So one of these has gone a really dark colour. It's quite a dark purple, and that indicates to me this is the area that is going to need a little bit more work in future. So I'll obviously make a note of it, and we'll keep a check of this area. So it's the inside of your right scapula, in between your spine and scapula. So that, I'm really glad that we chose cupping today. That will really help that area. So, oh yeah, this thoracic area is feeling better. That's good. So I'm just using the last couple of cups to feel into the thoracic area. How's it feeling for you, Helen?
Yeah, that's sore there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In a good way.
Okay. Yeah, I can. It's interesting with cupping, or with any of my treatments, but I know how it feels. I can, by me working on it and by me having had lots of treatments myself, I know exactly how that feels by me interacting with it. So that dark purple colour is already starting to dissipate now. It is still dark, it's the darkest one, but it's not as bad as I first thought. So I've just wiped off all the oil, because what the cups do is they bring out the toxins from the body. So yeah, it's still going down now. Yeah, that's good. But no, that's feeling much better. Okay, so how was the cupping?
Oh wow, that was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, really good.
Oh, good. So just feeling into the fluidity of the body, making sure it's flexible, moving. I need to put something warm on your feet, Helen. Chilly feet.
Yeah.
I do say to people sometimes, actually bring some socks, because when you lie down, it's interesting how the body chills off, even though you didn't feel cold before.
Yeah.
A little bit tight there. Yeah, okay. Let's create some movement.
Yeah, they take a bashing your feet, don't they?
They do. Let's get that towel back on your feet. That nice?
That's lovely, yeah, thank you. I don't, where was sore then? Was it just above my right ankle at the, is it the tibia or the fibia? I always forget.
The tibia is the big fat one. The fibia is the feeble one. That's the way to remember it.
Yeah.
So this is the tibia.
On the inside,
Yeah.
as you went up, it was sore.
You tell me. Oh, really? Quite low down?
Yeah.
Okay. So you tell me, how's this?
That's fine. It's
Right,
just
so the rest of it is okay. Coming down.
there.
Yeah.
Down there.
It's clicking a bit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I broke it there when I was about 10, so it's around that's where it was broken. Yeah, it's quite sore there.
But you haven't had trouble with it since?
No.
No. I mean, at 10 it heals quite well normally. Yeah. Do you want me to extinguish that flame, Jazz? You've got your elbow right above it.
The show must go on. I've read it this bit out.
Yeah, I know.
Can't have me talking.
As it goes up in flames.
The show must go on. Ah! Bit higher as well. There. No.
There, yeah, there. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this will help. It's all about clearing the toxins, shifting those lactic acids so it's not building up and creating pain as well. Oh, it's quite sore, is it? Yeah.
It is.
Okay. Fluid into the ankle. Let it go, let it go. Lovely.
I wore socks the last times I was here, didn't I?
Oh, right. Yeah. You probably chose a really hot day to wear socks as well. So just relax, relax. That's it, that's it. Let me do all the work. Okay. This is the one. Let it go. How is it feeling right now? Is it feeling completely fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels quite bulked up here, not with fluid, but quite solid. That area there feels, yeah,
It
like
is definitely different,
like
isn't
you
it?
can feel that is giving. Yeah, this is absolutely solid. Yeah.
Makes you wonder whether like the trauma's held in the body.
That can happen. Have we done trauma release before? No.
We do we?
No. So sometime we can do something called eyes in distortion, which is an NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Are you familiar with that?
Yes,
Are you? Yeah. So we can do some of that to help extinguish trauma. Do you know what it means when the tummy rumbles? It means that you're accepting the healing. It's a really good sign. It's a compliment to the therapist, really, because it shows that you're just letting go and letting the repatterning, the healing take place.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Yeah, a lot of people worry about their tummies rumbly. They say, oh, sorry, sorry. I said, no, it's a good thing. So I'm just doing a little bit of Tuina on this knee at the moment, introducing some movement and fluidity. Yeah, and now I'm just going to do some Qigong. Just relax it, let it go. Okay, so bring your awareness down to your knee, almost like you can let it open up, almost like you're looking inside. And let the knee tell you a story. Let the knee take on its own persona, like it has its own history, its own back catalogue of events. And in this way, we're giving it some attention. We're listening. Maybe every part of us, especially with trauma, every part of us needs to be listened to. And you're telling your knee, it's all right, I've got your back, I know about you. I'm aware, I've been here all along, we're riding this life together, and I'm going to look after you. So tell your knee, I'm going to look after you, and everything's okay. Everything's okay. Breathe into your knee. And with each exhalation, it releases its trauma. That's really good. I'm now giving Helen's hips a hip float using Qigong energy. First of all, just feeling into the orientation, how they're settling, how they're feeling after some sacral cupping. And taking off the pressure, and now just allowing them to be. Again, there's beautiful rotation, a circular energy there. That's good, my tummy's joining in now. So at first just feeling, making sure there's some movement in the clavicle, the sternum. They need to give, they need to be fluid and soft, even though nice and strong and muscular. Feeling into the upper thoracics, pushing and feeling each side of each vertebra as I walk my way up the ladder, up to T1. Just going to undo the bobble. That's it, so I've got my fingers extending downwards, shifting the neck vertebra around the sternocleidomastoid muscle. That's it, feeling really good. A bit tight on the T2 right side, so we'll come back to that. We always work away from it to encourage warmth and movement elsewhere and come back. Lovely. Now we're going to do a lovely neck release. Beautiful. And an extension. Some bouncing, the trapezius, the shoulder point, in order to help the neck, the shoulder, feeling into the trap. Encouraging some softness. Coming around to the other side, a little bit more bouncing of the opposite trap. That's lovely, nice and loose. Lovely, okay. Just going to have another feel with my fingers to that spine. Yep, feeling better, good. And now rotating the head to the side and feeling with my thumb at each of the vertebrae of the neck, the 7 vertebrae here. And what should happen, and is happening, is as I'm gently pushing with the pad of my thumb, the head should be rotating slightly backwards towards me as I'm pushing. That's a really good sign. Sometimes when there's no movement, it can mean that there's complete stiffness there. Doing the same on the opposite side. Yeah, the head's moving nicely. That's good. Some lovely tummy rumbles going on. I think the body is liking this neck release. Yeah, there's good movement there. Right, let's have a little feel of that C2 again. It's still tight, but it's better than it was. Yeah, it's giving now. Yeah. Okay, going to do another neck release at the occiput and down. Wonderful, you've got really good extension there. And equally, this will be helping the lower back, the sacrum. It doesn't just help the neck. This is really good for neck tension, headaches. It's really good for concentration, clarity, focus, that foggy feeling. So I'm coming down 1 vertebra in between 1 and 2, rotating the neck back so it's extending. That's really good. a little flexion and extension. Slowly working my way down with my fingers in between each vertebra. Up and back. Lovely. So I've got nice strong hands as I support the lower neck in order to introduce some space, some lightness in between each vertebra and disc. Some length as well. You'll be taller after this. Pushing down on both traps equally. Moving into the upper thoracics there, feeling better after that cupping. And the neck, wonderful. Now I'm going to hold support while I'm giving a nice stretch. Same on the other side. Hold support and stretch. And a little bit of qigong to finish at the neck. Coming up to the temporals and the occiput at the back of the neck, back of the head. Clearing any head tension, clearing any stress, bringing in lightness and space. Beautiful. Oh, that's really good. Okay, keeping your eyes closed and slowly taking a nice long breath. Continuing with the long breathing and sending your breath all the way down your body to your feet and toes and giving them an extension and a flex to stretch out the soles and the toes. You might want to strum your toes, moving them individually and rotating into the ankles. Just going to remove the towel. Breathing into the hips, moving a little bit into the hips, stretching down through the legs, breathing into the abdomen, the whole torso, extending into the lungs. And stretching and relaxing into the shoulders, bringing your awareness down your arms to your wrists, giving them a rotation, stretching through your palms, fingers, thumbs. Bring your arms up over your head for a nice long body stretch, opening your eyes when you're ready to. Nice extension in the center, do a banana to one side. That tummy's really going for it. Coming up into the center, back to the other side. Oh, lovely. Back to the center before bringing your hands down into praying hands in front of your heart. All is well. Okay. I'm just going to retest a couple of things that weren't too happy earlier. I don't need to retest the good ones, it's just a couple. Then you can go on your merry way.
Oh, thank you, that was lovely.
Oh, good. So let's have a look at your right hand side, this arm and this leg. Lovely. I'm going to push. If you could take your hand off your hip. I'm going to push, you're going to hold, and hold. So much better. Fantastic. Hardly any movement there, and I was really pushing. So I want to have a look at this knee. Just going to give it a good grip. Can you raise this leg for me? Nice and straight. I'm going to push here and hold. Fantastic. Really strong. So that's knee and back is okay. That's good. Right, left leg again. If you can put your sole towards your right ankle in that sort of ballet move, yeah, relaxing that knee as much as you can. So that means relaxing into that hip. Raising the other leg for me. I'm going to push here and hold. Okay, there's a little bit of a movement there, so I definitely make a note of that for next time. Can you bring that sole right up as high as you can to the other thigh? Yeah, yeah, as high as you can. Yeah, yeah, comfortably. And then raise that other leg. I'm going to push here and hold. Okay, so you're actually stronger there. So it's that minimal opening that the hip isn't happy doing on this side.
Yeah.
Just going to have a look at that in a bit more detail. So raise this leg for me and hold. That's good, okay, yeah. Just having a look at the orientation of it. Raise again and hold. That's really good. So do you remember I said even when I was looking it looked like the hip was doing this?
Yeah.
And when I tested it, it was. So I've done all that work with you, retested it, it's now back into position. Yeah, so that's good. Just tick that off. Last test, so I'm just going to use this leg, just supporting your hip here. The leg is coming out and up to 45 degrees. I'm going to push downwards and you're going to hold it up.
Yeah.
And hold. Right, I was really pushing, absolutely strong. So that's that place at T12, halfway up your back, and of course we did a lot of work with your back today with the cupping. So I think it was really needed. I'm really glad we did that. So
Thank you
you're
very
good.
much. That's wonderful.
There was only one out of all those retests that I'm definitely thinking, right, let's look at that next time, which is the opening of this hip.
Yeah.
But everything else is firing.
Oh, thank you, Victoria. That's amazing.
My pleasure.
Loved it.
Do you want to sit up and talk to camera and say how you're feeling? Oh, don't do an injury now.
Oh no, that was amazing. Really, oh yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And how do you feel about those cut marks? Because a lot of people will be saying, oh, I wouldn't want those cut marks on my back. How do you feel about those?
It's just part of the therapy, and yeah, I don't mind, and we have a bit of a giggle about it when I'm training, and people see them and they go,
Oh.
right, and then I explain where I've been.
Yeah.
So it's good advertisement for you.
It is, it's advertising.
Yeah.
But if you watched the Olympics recently, a lot of the swimmers had these cut marks all over their biceps and traps and all down their backs, you know, and it's absolutely fantastic for sports and mobility. So
Yeah, and there was another girl in one of the classes a couple of days ago that had got them.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so yes.
Oh,
no, it's great.
excellent.
I probably would mind if I was going to a party.
Yes, wearing a
But I'm
strappy
not,
top.
so I'm
Yeah,
fine.
excellent. Okay, yeah. Well, you have to
Thank
tell me
you.
if you were. So,
Yeah,
okay.
Fantastic, thank
Oh well, thank you for allowing us to film as
you.
well.
Oh, no, my pleasure.
Okay, so
Sure.
thank you guys.